The bells did not ring on Aparte 5. The shrines were covered in black cloth, the preachers silent in their pulpits. Even the famed Novum Choir simply droned sorrowful dirges to crowds of weeping pilgrims. Cardinal Alvros was dying. For more than 40 years, the holy man had served the subsector. Now Aparte's blessed son lay insensate in a 4-poster bed. A smattering of candles lit the darkened room and cast wayward shadows around the only 2 men in the chamber. "It is done, Deacon," the short one whispered. "The medicaes and functionaries are dismissed." "Well done, curate," replied Deacon Orsini. The smaller man bowed. "Should Bishop Turkle not be here, my lord? He is—" "The successor, yes." The deacon shook his head. "No, it would be unseemly. We are men of the church, not ghouls waiting to collect corpse scraps." The lesser clergyman nodded servilely. The cardinal wished to be left alone with his emperor at the end. Only I was to pray for him. Orsini looked down meaningfully at the little man. After a silent moment, the curate caught the implication and began shuffling backwards towards the room's elaborate double doors. "Emperor guide you, Deacon. And you, keep them out. They will know when he has passed." Orsini looked upwards into the shadowed ceiling, as if searching for the emperor himself. There was a brief spear of light as the curate exited, then a soft click as the door closed. Orsini stood alone in the gloom, listening carefully, but there was no sign of the curate re-entering. He sighed deeply. "You can come out, traitor." There was a low, rumbling laugh from the darkness. A hulking figure emerged from the shadows. Despite wearing a massive suit of Baroque armor colored a harsh purple, the monster made no noise as it sidled up to the bed. Golden snake eyes leered down at the deacon hungrily. The priest shuddered, but he quickly composed himself, straightening his back and meeting his predator's gaze. "You have good eyes," the figure hissed. "I bet they would taste delicious." It pulled back its grotesquely pale lips to reveal a mouth full of needle teeth. "Spare me, Malebolgia," Orsini snarled. "You know why you are here." "So curt. I always imagined an evil priest would be more theatrical." The traitor Astartes gestured around the room with its massive gauntlets, one of which bore a strange, drill-like device. "Theater's all you corpse-botherers do." "Enough, monster!" The cardinal pointed at the bed. "There will be time for you to work now." Malebolgia nodded thoughtfully. "I could just kill him, you know, and you, and every fat little rector or pontiff or whatever outside. I could rip the heart out of this world in an instant." The predator's gaze was back on Orsini. "And then his successor would come after your little cult. Turkle is remarkably narrow-minded." "And what are you, false priest? What will you be when your prayers have saved the cardinal's life and made you his chosen heir?" The snake eyes blinked lazily, though Orsini felt it was far more for effect than necessity. "I am a pragmatist. I do not care for your petty indulgences in the slums when I can lead a crusade that will purge the whole subsector." "Petty? Little? You wound me." Without a backward glance, the traitor marine threw aside the bed curtain. The broken cardinal writhed in the sheets as if Malebolgia's very presence was a torment. My, what have you done to him? Something horridly unique. Orsini sneered at his master's withered body. I will not tell you where I found this malady or how I found you, only that I know you can cure it when no other medicae could. Your sense of suspense titillates me, remarked Malebolgia coyly as his snake eyes scanned the cardinal's form. One gauntleted finger tapped into a keypad on the drill device. Theatrical, like I said. After a few minutes of tense silence, the Marine stepped away from the bed. I can fix this. Orsini sighed with relief at the creature's confident assessment. Then Malebolgia continued, But why should I? Your survival hinges on it, Orsini replied indignantly. No, little priest, Malebolgia said with a wicked grin. That was why I shouldn't kill you. I am asking you why I should fulfill your little scheme. Why not just depart now? I will leave your cult alone. I told you my ambitions. And they are grand, hissed the traitor marine. But you could not chase my cult anyway. If you bring it to Turkle, he will ask questions you cannot answer. Orsini snarled angrily, but Malebolgia just stared impassively. For a moment, it seemed as if the deacon would strike the horrific being out of pure frustration. But then he paused. A wicked smile crept across his features. Because it is perverse, Orsini whispered. A servant of the dark powers, healing a cardinal in secret. Every breath Alvros takes will be a profanity against the Emperor, and a secret exaltation of your gods. And no one will know, but we too. A dark secret masked as a miracle. Why, Malebolgia? It is all positively theatrical. Orsini laughed then, a strange, mad laugh. Malebolgia giggled too. Oh my dear little priest, how wicked you are. I love it, I truly do. He rested a massive gauntleted hand on the deacon's shoulder. Orsini stopped laughing, fear coursing through his body. But if Malebolgia noticed the deacon's discomfort, he did not seem to care. It is wonderfully perverse. So step back. The gauntlet lifted from Orsini's shoulder, prompting a soft sigh of relief. Let me make a miracle happen. The bells rang out on Apate 5. The preachers roared the Emperor's praises from their pulpits, and the Novum Choir sang beautiful exaltations. All told a glorious story of triumphant faith. Deacon Orsini, the Cardinal's trusted advisor and now chosen heir, had prayed for his beloved master's salvation. And the Emperor answered. Cardinal Alvros was alive.
Hello, everyone. Before we wrap up, I just want to let you know that this is the second to last episode of this season of Untold Stories from Warhammer 40,000. Next week, we'll be airing the final episode as a live release on YouTube, so you can head on over and subscribe to find when we'll be hitting the air. You'll also get notified when the next season begins, which helps because the search algorithm really doesn't like that we take breaks in order to maintain the production value of these episodes. Now, we hope you enjoyed this production of Divine Intervention, written by Tristan Parker and performed by the venerable Jonathan Cox. Direction and production by Colyn DeGraaff. This story was an official selection in our 1,000-word fast fiction contest. Submissions are now open for our latest writing competition, which you can find over on coldopenstories.com, as well as our voice acting casting call for the next season. If you enjoyed listening this year, please leave a comment. Let us know what your favorite story was or what factions you want to see more in the future. Your comments keep us going and helps other listeners find tales like these. Thank you for sticking with us for this, our 5th year of programming, and until next time, to be continued.